Well, hello, and greetings from my office here at St. Joseph's Catholic School. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch the Meet the Teacher videos. We wish you could be here in person, but unfortunately that's not possible right now. So we're doing the next best thing. We're doing something virtual, just what you wanted to hear, right? But I do think you'll enjoy meeting the teachers and hearing what they have to say via the videos. You can always reach out to them in person. You can do that obviously for me and for Dr. Jones as well if there's something that you want to talk about. So and enjoy the videos. I wanted to take a minute to say thank you to you for entrusting your sons and daughters to us during these difficult days. I know for some of you that was hard to do, to send them to school. For others, I know you were ready to get them out of the house and get them away from a screen. And I understand that and appreciate that. And for all of us, I think we know that it's better when kids are together and education is in person. So that's what we've worked hard to try to provide for you this year. And I want to thank the teachers for their grit and their determination, their creativity, and their courage, frankly, in coming back to school this year. And they're doing a great job, and they have wonderful attitudes. It's an all hands on deck approach here, and they've been up to the task. I want to thank Mrs. J and Dr. Jones, who from May have been trying to figure out with me how we can bring everybody back to campus safely. And that's what we've been able to do so far, and so far so good. There have been a number of kids who've quarantined because they've been in close contact or they've had symptoms or concerns. But thankfully, so far, we have not had a positive case. That day will come. I fully expect that. Might be sooner rather than later. We just don't know. But we do have procedures in place with the goal of keeping the whole project intact so that we can stay in person. Thank you for the part that you're playing in that. We can't do this alone, right? The community's got to work together, both while kids are in the building and when they're not in the building, to do everything that's reasonable to keep COVID out of the school. There are 5 things that we've learned, and these are tested and true now. I think that we can rely on them, that if we do these 5 things, we can reduce the possibility of a community spread. And those, of course, are mask wearing. So we're very vigilant about that in the building. And the kids have been actually wonderful about that. Physical distancing, kids have been good about that when they're in the classroom, when they're seated. Not so great at lunchtime or during those little brief recess periods that we have during household. So we're doing the best we can to keep them apart. We really are trying to be vigilant about that. I feel like the words that I'm saying all the time are you're too close. You need to separate. And teachers feel that way too. We resorted to assigning them a seat in the stadium or under the tent, and we're finding that works the best. But kids are social when you turn around, and we're right back to having to separate them again. So that's all. It's all actually going well, but it's necessary that we do that. Also, there's hand washing and hand sanitizing and doing that frequently, and we have sanitizing stations all over the building. And then a 4th piece of this is contact tracing. And we have an excellent person, medical doctor, who's filling that role for us. You know her email address. Should you have any concerns, please reach out to her. This is important that we contain any potential contact and exposure. And she's the person to help us do that. And one of the ways that we do that is through quarantining. And that we put a system in place so that if a student has to quarantine, and we've had many that have had so far, they are able to continue their learning remotely. And I think by and large, that's working out pretty well. So thank you. and keep it up. I think it's been a great thing so far. As one student said to us early on, it's a way better being here in a mask than being home in front of a computer, and I think we all agree with that.